Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm here at Toronto Pearson Airport, the busiest airport in all of Canada. One of the busiest in North America, in fact. And I have a few hours to kill before my flight. So I thought I'd give you a little tour of the airport while I'm here. That train track you see in front is called, I think it's called the Terminal Connect. It's a little free train that can take you between Terminal 1 and Terminal 3, which are the two terminals here in Toronto Pearson. I'll show you what that looks like. I'll also give you a brief tour of Terminal 1 and Terminal 3. As much as I can. I mean, sometimes it's tricky filming in airports and stuff like that. I definitely won't be filming around the security or baggage, baggage check and stuff like that. But I'll give you a general idea of what it looks like and how to get around the airport. Once again, we're starting at Terminal 3. I'm not sure why there is no Terminal 2, actually. I've noticed that at some other airports. They have a Terminal 1, Terminal 3, but no Terminal 2. Maybe it's as simple as wanting to provide space for a future Terminal 2, you know. If you were to build two terminals and leave space in between them, there could be a future construction called Terminal 2. So I actually just spoke to someone asking if I could get to the train from outside. He said I have to go inside, but I'm just going to show you. That's actually the train, the terminal link above me. Nice modern look to it. Free to ride, of course. And I'm gonna go inside and show you where I can get that. Hopefully, I'll find it. As we get our first look at Terminal 3. Okay, yeah, you can see the sign. It says trains this way, Terminal 1 this way. They have escalators, or they have elevators beside me too if you need assistance with your bags or assistance with mobility. So I'm eventually going to be coming back to Terminal 3. I'm just heading to Terminal 1 to give you a little tour here. Show you what the connecting train looks like.
Don't touch it. I told you, do not touch the rails.
Beautiful summer day here in Toronto, actually. Getting to show you Pearson at its best. Very modern, clean look to it up above. And then, of course, a mess of traffic down below. The two sides of Toronto. New buildings and messy traffic. I'll just give you a quick look here at one of the boards. Oh. This is nice because even though I'm in Terminal 3 right now, they show the gates for Terminal 1 and 3. So. I've been to some airports that only show you the gates for the terminal that you're in. It's a bit more helpful when they show all of them, you know. Wow, gorgeous views today. You can see all the way to, you know what, I was going to say all the way to Toronto, but that skyline might actually be Mississauga, which is a suburb of Toronto. Oh, and actually, look at this. There's Toronto. Might be hard for you guys to see. on this little. It's so distant, but I can see the CN Tower peeking up just about here, just below those clouds. Anyway, beautiful views here around 7 p.m. on a late summer day in Toronto. Now I think there's 3 stops on the train, because that train, it says there's an alt hotel, which is the 3rd stop. But the 2 main stops are the connection between Terminal 3 and 1, but you still need to make sure you're, going in the right direction. Wow, they even have a giant windshield wiper. Look at that.
Veuillez tenir la rampe. Le train est en approche vers l'aérogare 1 et la gare YYZ qui dessert le centre-ville de Toronto.
I'm not sure how long they've had this train for. I don't get to Toronto Pearson Airport too often, but I have to say it's a very clean and modern way of getting between the terminals. This is probably us coming up on the left. Terminal 1.
The train is arriving at Terminal 1 for trains to the city. Please follow the signs on the platform for the Up Express station.
Le train arrive à l'aérogare 1. Pour les trains vers le centre-ville, veuillez suivre les panneaux.
Please stand clear. The doors are opening.
Veuillez rester à distance, les portes s'ouvrent. He was like chubby.
And then
He actually did like 2 minutes.
yeah.
Okay, so bienvenue à Toronto Pearson. Welcome to Toronto Pearson. English and French, the 2 national languages here in Canada, of course. And now if there's a crowd of people, make sure you're not just following the crowd thinking they're going the same place as you, because it says gates A, B, C are back in the direction of the train. Gates D, E, F are back this way. And I'm pretty sure ABC is going back to Terminal 3, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Just a feeling I have based on that sign going back in the direction of the train. It's definitely busy, but I would say it's not abnormally busy. You know, it's a Sunday evening, and yeah, there's lots of people, but it's not overcrowded. So at some point, I'll have to eat. I wonder what kind of food options they have here. Hello. Is there a food court, or is most of that past the security?
Okay.
Do you know?
Specially, not specially. Timmy's downstairs.
Timmy's, yeah.
If you go up the escalator,
Yeah.
it's straight down to the very end. Specially,
Yeah.
Paramount, Starbucks.
Okay.
And everything else is after security.
After security. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So, none of those options are super inviting to me. Maybe Timmy's for a coffee. But to be honest, I noticed at least one burger place in the other terminal. And of course, most of the options will be through the security, so maybe I will wait until I'm through security to have any food. The car rentals is here in Terminal 1. And it also says train to city. I'm not sure if there's also a train to the city from Terminal 3. But that is some useful information. Okay, I see a big check-in gate here. I'm going to look. It says you are here. You can see up top we have the big numbers. See above me there's a 6, there's a 5, there's a 4, there's a 3, there's a 2, there's a 1. Let me take a quick tour and show you how far that goes. But I don't think there's anything too unusual here. I think if you can figure out the train, you'll definitely be able to figure this part out. Yeah, for example, it says number 1, Air Canada Business, number 3, Avianca, number 4, Turkish Airlines. Now, if you're really someone who likes to prepare in advance, and if you're watching a video like this, you might be that kind of person. One thing you can do is you can Google, let's say you're taking Turkish Airlines, you can Google, Turkish Airlines, Toronto Pearson Airport, or whatever it happens to be, WestJet, Toronto Pearson Airport. And usually that can tell you in advance which terminal and which specific check-in gates they have at that terminal. I don't usually take that extra step. In fact, I don't know if I've ever taken that extra step, because I find once you get there, it's usually pretty self-evident. But I know there are people who really like to walk through every step in advance. And that is perfectly okay as well. Here's one of the nice modern boarding pass printing machines. And maybe some Toronto natives can tell me if they recently renovated this airport. Because I gotta say, I've heard a lot of people from Toronto complain about this airport. But so far, I mean, look at this. Nice leather seats with plugs underneath. It's funny, they have these curved seats. I can already guess why they do that. Some travelers are very sleepy, and they will try to find somewhere to lie down over 4 seats. So I think they specifically designed these, you can't stretch out and take all the seats for one person. But I have plenty of time, so I might actually just take one of those plugs, charge my laptop, charge my phone. I like to do it in a quiet corner like this. When you're flying, you're going to be around a lot of people, so it's nice to just have some quiet moments before that. Here you can see my typical travel setup, unless I'm doing a really long trip. I have this backpack which has my camera bag and some snacks, or my camera, some snacks, my laptop, stuff like that. And it can also, if I have to, this can get lower. So having a bag that you can slightly resize can be helpful too. Just a couple travel tips, and I just kind of wrap it around while I'm rolling it because I don't need to carry my backpack all day. Huh. Doesn't work. It's not charging. I made a classic airport mistake. Trusting a plug to work when it should work. Have you guys noticed that? How often they build beautiful plugs built into seats or built into tables, and you get all excited to charge something and it doesn't even work. What's that all about? Still a nice tranquil area in Terminal 1. But I do have to dock some points for not having a working plug. Free Wi-Fi here, of course. That's not a big deal these days. I'd say it's a big deal if an airport doesn't have free Wi-Fi. Very much to be expected in 2024. Just taking a little walk on the outside of Terminal 1 as the sun sets in the distance. And then I think I'll take that train back. There is a lower level here as well, but I think I've shown you guys enough in Terminal 1. I will show you the return journey though, in case anyone wants to know how to get exactly from 1 to 3. Okay. Back down we go. It's nice how they did the signs. You can see the important information that most people need is in purple. Easy to find. Okay, Terminal 3 by train. Just past the booster juice. Oh, though I am kind of tempted to get a wrap or something for later. Let's see how much they cost. $10, that's not bad. But you know what? I want to see what else there is in Terminal 3. We're going to continue on our hunt for food. As I give you a quick look at the outside of Terminal 1, the drop-off zone. I almost said it's less crowded than Terminal 3, but if I look over there, actually, there are definitely some crowds over here as well. Anyway, let's continue. And directly to my left is the train, which, yeah, I believe, I'm pretty sure Train to City, Gates ABC, is just indicating that, yeah, you take the train for any of the Gates ABC. So, as far as I can tell, ABC is Terminal 3, and I guess DEF. DEF is Terminal 1. I wonder how frequently these trains run. I'll try to see if there's a sign that tells me, but I can tell you that it appears to be, you know, at most 5 minutes. I don't think there's any long waits for these trains at all. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon, because this says to Terminal 3, and then a bunch of other things. in 5 minutes 58 seconds. So, so maybe I just missed a train, and maybe it's every, I don't know, 7 minutes or something like that. Still pretty respectable, but a little bit of a wait this time. But wait, now I'm confused, because this one on the other side says to Terminal 3, and it's just arriving. I don't know. I just assumed one train was going one way, one was going the other way, but maybe they're both going this way and that way. And so you just got to check the sign, and as long as it says Terminal 3 or Terminal 1, whatever you're going to, you know you're on the right train. There are attendants there who will tell you which train to take if you're confused. So it's not that hard. It's not too busy. I got a car all to myself this time. I don't quite have the views that I had last time, but you already saw those from the front. So yeah, if you're someone who likes to see views while you ride, definitely take the front car, and you'll have that big window in the front that you can clearly see out of. Okay, welcome back to Terminal 3. I'm starting to get confused, I've switched so many times. Yeah, welcome back to Terminal 3. I'll give you a quick look at what this looks like. Very quick, actually, because I want to get through security and get some food. Today I'm flying with Porter Airlines. Porter is a budget airline. Got a very good price from Toronto to Montreal. And I think I'll make a little video showing you what that looks like too. Stay tuned for that if you guys are curious. Wow, this is a very quiet end of the airport. This is like so futuristic. Like there's no attendants here at all. There's just dozens and dozens of robots. The robots are taking our jobs, everyone. And here's the proof at Toronto Pearson Airport. So in terms of food options, we have a Wendy's. And I think there's at least one other food spot around here, but most of it will be through the security check. Okay, yeah, here's a Freshie. A healthy food spot. And wow, is it ever busy up here? Oh my goodness. Okay. It's starting to get busy, so I'm gonna go through security. I'll see you on the other side. So I just walked like 20 paces away from the security check, and then I restarted my video. This is walking right from the security check, and actually there's a cool looking Irish pub to my left. So already I see we have some improved food options. We just passed the Amex Lounge. Subway. Ooh, and this is useful. If it can actually work, this can tell me all the food options. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is great. Okay, it tells you how far it is by foot too. Super useful. So we got salad, we have coffee, we have wine bar, Subway. I think that is the Irish pub I was looking at. I'll just switch to English for viewers here. Pizza and beer, Chinese food. Oh wow, there's lots of things actually. Look at all this. I'm not going to read all of them. Look at all these choices. Wow. So like most of them are saying 9-minute walk, 10-minute walk. So I think there's a food court that has a bunch of things together. And I'm going to try and find it. But clearly it's in the other direction. 21-minute walk. Okay, wow, this is a big terminal. Oh, that's Terminal 1. Okay, that explains it. So let's say I want smash burger. Will it show me how to get there? Nice. But yeah, overall that was pretty helpful, figuring out the food options. That is me, 11:15. Here's a nice little lounge. The lounge actually had a sign saying we're at max capacity. Wow. I wasn't going to go there anyway, but I've never seen that before in any airport. I guess this place gets busy. That was one of the best meals I've ever had inside of an airport, I think. The fish and chips cost $20 and the Guinness cost $13. Both quite affordable in terms of Canadian prices for major airports. Especially $20 for fish and chips. Like, the fish was really good. The Guinness tastes really good. The fries were okay. But all considered, it was a nice atmosphere, and I think that's a really good choice for eating in the Toronto airport. Let me know if you have any other favorites if you visit this airport. I'm just starting to walk in the other direction. So this is if you leave the security area and instead of going to your right, you walk to your left. After about 2 minutes, you're gonna come to the big duty free. You're gonna come to smash burger, other food options. And what's this? We got a fit and fun zone. So that's the good news. I managed to get a nice dinner. The bad news is my camera, this guy, has been acting a bit weird. I actually dropped it earlier during this video. Back when I was in Terminal 1. Remember that quiet place where I was trying to charge my phone? I accidentally dropped my camera, and it wasn't a long drop. It was just from the seat to the ground, but it was linoleum flooring. And ever since then, the gimbal has been acting a little bit weird. It still films, it's doing okay, but every once in a while it makes this weird rumbling sound. So I hope I didn't accidentally make long-lasting damage to this camera by doing that. So if you do appreciate this video, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know, maybe hit that subscribe button, because yeah, if I did damage my camera permanently, I might have this might be a very expensive video for me to have made, but I thought it'd be useful to show people the terminals, so hope you enjoy this. I see to my right there's some tables with plugs. Good place to be working if you have a laptop. This is at B29 for anyone who wants to know about that. I think my gate is B41. I still have over an hour until boarding, so I'm just gonna walk down there and show you what it looks like. Mr. Wayne Gretzky. If you're Canadian, I'm sure you know who that is. If you're an international viewer, you might not know, but Wayne Gretzky was probably the most famous hockey player of all time. And today he sells whiskey. Okay, this is a bit confusing because I'm looking for C41, and it got to about C36 and then it ended. So let's see if I can find C41 or if I have to go back. C35, 34. Oh, I passed it. Okay, there it is. You know, I must have walked right past it. I didn't notice that the 20s were on this side and the 40s were on this side. Just goes to show that it is helpful being a little bit early, just to make sure you know where you're going, because this is a big airport and you can expect a lot of walking depending on what gate they send you to. There we are. All the way back next to that air hockey that I was showing you. B41, Montreal. Well, I still have an hour, so I'm going to find somewhere quiet that I can hopefully plug in my phone and do a little bit of stuff before my flight. Hope you have enjoyed this tour of Pearson Airport. Yeah, can't complain. I mean, it's definitely a busy airport, but I was able to find my way around just following the signs. Pretty self-explanatory, so hopefully this video can help anyone who might be visiting. As always, I'm Dan, and I will catch you next time. Peace.